Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Abyss run, and this time we're going to be proving that XILONEN and AYATO make a great pair. Obviously, XILONEN has just released, her banner is still ongoing, but, you know, a lot of people have said that AYATO's fallen off, especially with the release of Morlani and Novlet, but actually, I think that XILONEN unlocked a brand new best team for AYATO, and I want to show it off. So, when it comes to the team we're going to be running, it is going to be AYATO alongside furina and yelan. Now you can swap out yelan for Kaza, which can be nice in AoE situations, but since there's not too much in this Abyss, then we will just go for the mono hydro build. And then obviously with our XILONEN. And then just on the second half, we're just going to be playing a comfy clorinde team. We don't really care about the second side. Our main focus is going to be on our first half, and also character builds will be at the end. But with that being said, let us just hop straight into the run. Alright, and here we are in the first chamber. We don't really get any incredible buffs. I might as well just pick the one which is effective for all of the Abyss. Anyway, we are up against the Consecrated Beast first here. We are going to go into AYATO ult, into XILONEN ult, and then do furina's rotation. This just means that we already have XILONEN's healing, which is a nice boost for us. And now we just use her skill, and there we go. We do a bunch of hydro damage to this guy. We're dealing anywhere between 10 and 20k on all of our hits, whether it be AYATO, furina, or yelan, which is just a nice bonus in my opinion. Okay, honestly, so yeah, oh whoops, I did actually use XILONEN last. I didn't mean to do that, but you know what, it's not the biggest problem in the world. Anyway, we're already onto the second one. The first one only took us 40 seconds to get down. Once again, AYATO ult. Since XILONEN stuff probably isn't up yet, I'm just gonna do a regular rotation. I mean, we don't really have to min-max, we have a fair bit of time left right now. Obviously, she still gets her ult up just because she has so much ER. But anyway, still in between 10 and 20k on all of our characters, which is very nice for us. And there we go, he's down. I mean, let's double check how much time exactly that took us. Let's see, 54. Okay, so that's what, 66 seconds? So obviously we want to get under 90 seconds because 90 seconds is like the minimum you need for Abyss on one side for it to be considered, you know, decent, and then anything like 60-second-ish clear is like good, and anything below 60 seconds is like really good, if you ask me. Anyway, now I'm not gonna lie, I actually think chamber 1 is probably the hardest chamber in this Abyss. I actually think it's the chamber 1 with the biggest HP pool, although I might be lying. But you know, maybe, especially because we just have a lot of enemies here, so yeah, it's a bit awkward. I would actually like to run a clorinde overload team with, say, clorinde, chevreuse, and then maybe a shangling and a fischl, but I'm not too sure how well that will go. It kind of will have to depend on how good our first half is. And that's mainly because the enemies on this half can end up getting knocked back a fair bit, which is why, honestly, it's just easier to go with a team with zhongli. If you guys did see the last Spiral Abyss run, which we did, I do think that the easiest team for the second half is a core of zhongli plus XILONEN. For example, I did Novlet, furina, XILONEN, zhongli, which only gives Novlet one extra element, but it was still able to absolutely destroy the second half. So yeah, also something like a Arlecchino overload team would be decent, although I don't have chevreuse on that account, so you know, and I don't want to just repeat the zhongli XILONEN core, which is why I decided to go for something a little bit different for this run, because I don't want to just basically repeat the same teams. But anyway, we have completed the first chamber, and now it's on to the second chamber. Alright, and here we are in the second chamber, and we do actually get a nice crit buff. Now our AYATO is already 100% crit because of Marsh's save, thanks to furina. So yeah, that won't really help us, although the crit damage boost is nice. Anyway, okay, once again, I messed up the XILONEN setup, which again, whoops, my bad. These guys aren't really grouped up, but it's fine, they'll die in one rotation anyway, so it won't really matter. Anyway, let's have these guys charge towards us, and we actually did forget to use the AYATO ult. My bad. And then yeah, XILONEN's rotation is still a little bit off, although it should be fine for the final chamber. Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty damn easy floor, I'm not gonna lie, especially for this team. I mean, let's see, we'll probably get a sub 1 minute clear Let's see. 10 seconds left. Yeah, we'll be fine. We should get around a 55-second clear. Okay, a 53-second clear. Like I said, not the hardest miss, but hey, a 53-second clear is a 53-second clear. I will take it. Anyway, this boss is up next, and you know what? This boss is just really easy to take down with zhongli because you just need like one ult, one shield, and then one plunging attack, and then he goes down. So I'd say this boss is pretty damn easy. Honestly, it's the one on the next floor, which is the harder one. This floor is like, this is an incredibly easy chamber 2 for floor 12, in my opinion, as long as you bring along zhongli. I know some people will try running a solo XILONEN on the second half, which you definitely can do, but when you get to the final floor, it can be a little bit annoying, which is why I just prefer running a solo zhongli and then just fitting him in on whatever team you could play him in. A Alakino mono hydro team, or like I said, a core of XILONEN Neuvlet will also, not XILONEN Neuvlet, damn it, XILONEN zhongli would also be decent here, kind of as I alluded to earlier on. Okay, you know, I will just give this guy the pleasure of ulting on zhongli once more. Ooh, actually, maybe I would have liked to have saved that for my, what's his name, for my third chamber, but it shouldn't really matter too much. This guy nearly goes down. Like I said, it's not an incredibly hard floor. He does have a little bit of HP left. Now, I could end it here, and rotation is slightly off, but it's fine. You know, I'm not even gonna bother taking a shield down this time, I think. I'm just gonna go through the shield, because, you know, he's gonna go okay, never mind. Okay, slightly annoying to have missed my rotations. You know, I'm just gonna let my pillar generate me some particles, I think. I mean, we've got a little bit of time left, although I don't want to bore you guys too much, so, yeah, one more zhongli shield up, that, and never mind, it's not going to give us any more particles. Okay, then, in that case, we'll just end it here, and it's time to move on to the final chamber. Alright, and here we are in the final chamber, and we actually got ourselves another crit buff, which is pretty damn nice. Anyway, we're going to do our rotation right this time. Luckily, I'm guessing we're probably gonna 2-rotation these guys. It would be nice if they grouped up. Close enough, I guess. Now, AYATO slashes do actually have some AoE, which is nice. So, like I said, this team is incredible in single target, but 2 targets, it's also pretty damn good. If you're fighting, like, I don't know, 4+ targets, then maybe you'd want to replace yelan with a Kazuha. But then, even then, this team will just do well, just because it has such high single target potential. But, okay, we're going for a 40-second clear here. And okay, we literally cleared floor 12, chamber 3 in 40 seconds. Now, I will show off my build at the end of the video. He is on Black Sword, which isn't, you know, 100% free to play, but also my build isn't, like, the most insane. It's just one that I think is convenient, but, yeah, we are onto the Centaur, Minotaur. I don't know the difference, I'm not gonna lie. You'd think I would by now, but, I don't. Now, the one nice thing if you run zhongli XILONEN here is that you will basically always shred his shield. But if you are using only zhongli, then there will be you will need a second pillar, unfortunately, if not maybe even a little bit more. So this boss really likes you to have overload, which Alakino overload teams, very good. Clorinde overload teams, very good, but the problem is when you're dealing with the first chamber and you're knocking enemies back. I might still try it. We'll have to see. Then maybe I'll do a Mualani plus Clorinde overload team, because it would be nice to get a Mualani XILONEN video in, because I feel like that's the character that most people are using XILONEN with. But we'll have to wait and see what I plan. Anyway, if we just destroy this thing, then this guy should go down. Like I said, honestly, I'm not too bothered about how quickly we clear here. We have plenty of time to spare, so, you know, I don't even know this guy's windows, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just doing damage when I can, and then when I'm not, I'm just using zhongli stuff. Okay, yeah, he does come up now, although we do have zhongli's ult, which actually doesn't do as much of his bar as I would have expected. You barely do any damage when his shield is up. Oh yeah, Navia, of course, GOT, I forgot to mention, not only Overload or Geo supports, also Geo DPS teams are going to be very good here. And I actually did consider getting Navia. If we had gotten, If you haven't seen a XILONEN summons, XILONEN herself went great, but I had to spend 140 wishes on the weapon banner because I wanted Chiori's weapon for my Alhaitham on my other account, where I did do an Alhaitham neglect run. So yeah, that went pretty badly, so I'm probably not going to be able to end up getting a Navia. But with that being said, that's enough yap, because we have just cleared the entirety of the Abyss, and our AYATO did very well. I mean, literally the longest he took to clear was, I think, 63 seconds, which I do think we got knocked back, so I do actually think we could have got a sub 60-second clear in every single chamber we fought. So yeah, with that being said, it is time to move on to the character builds. Also, I do like AYATO because he is quite consistent, but yeah, anyway, character builds plus outro time. Well then, as you guys could see, AYATO and XILONEN absolutely killed it. This Abyss, they make for a great pair, and me personally, I do think this is one of AYATO's brand new best teams. It's probably my favorite one. Now, real quick, when it comes to our AYATO build, he's on 65 crit, but this will go up to 100 thanks to Marseille, as well as 212 crit damage. We do have the Black Sword here, so, not the most free-to-play weapon, but then again, you could go for some event weapons or for any 5-star alternatives that you might have. And like I did mention, we do have him on Marseille. Honestly, this is just to make up for the fact that I don't have any decent AYATO stats. If you have like a decent Echoes build and then also have him on, I don't know, just whatever sword, then you probably can have a better AYATO than me. Mine's literally just on Marseille and Black Sword to make up for the fact that I literally never farmed AYATO artifacts. So yeah, that's why he is the way he is. But anyway, he is C0 and then 2 10-10 talents. When it comes to furina, 64 crit, 207 crit damage, 168 ER, Fab Sword, 4-piece Golden Troop just for damage, because obviously she is going to be dealing a fair bit of damage in this team, because obviously XILONEN buffs, as well as Hydro Resonance, as well as all that kind of jazz. 2 9-10 talents. Yelan also here, 65 crit, 193 crit damage, 205 ER. If you have Aqua Simulacra, then this build will be even better, because she also does a lot of damage in this build. So yeah, all your Hydro characters are doing pretty damn good damage in this build, or in this team rather, I should say. And then again, C0 and 1-6-10 talents. And then our XILONEN is on 2.3k defense, 36 crit, 198 ER, more than enough, but just in case she is on Fab. Also gives our AYATO a little extra battery, but honestly, AYATO doesn't even need the battery, because I mean, we're playing 3 Hydro characters here, which is the other nice thing about mono teams. You just get so many particles that you don't have to worry. And then she is also 110-8, maxing out her res, but also getting a decent amount of healing. And then when it comes to our clorinde, 60 crit, but obviously this goes up to 80 thanks to a passive, 203 crit damage, 118 ER. Finale of the Deep, sword on her best installed artifact set, on an EM timepiece, and also C0 and 110-10 talents. Nahida, 992 ER. You can just see for yourselves. I mean, honestly, I think that an overload clorinde team would be better for the second half. But the problem literally just is that it's so annoying on the first chamber, and in my opinion, first chamber is the hardest. Again, C0, Nahida, R0, and then if we go quickly over to fischl, 75 crit, 116 crit damage, 141 ER, just in case, so we can make sure we get her ult whenever we need it. Stringless, R2, Golden Troop, because we got some from farming for furina, C4, so not even C6 yet, and then 111.5 talents, and then finally, zhongli, right here, 47k HP, more than enough, but we do also have him 166 ER, because I did put him on Prototype Saga, because it's the only ER polearm I have leveled. Well, a high ER polearm, we could go for Fav, but that is a lower ER, and I mean, he doesn't really have the most crit rate, so I just preferred this, and it was nice to get his ult up more often. And then C0, 696 talent. So yeah, that's it for our characters. Hopefully you guys found this helpful, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and with that being said, see ya!